Welcome back, guys and gals, to the flip side of mud. And get my thing straight. I took a month or so off making these videos about the Vietnam War veterans because my kids were up here for the summer. So I kind of took a break. I didn't really take a big break in writing. I did a little bit, so I got a little bit ahead. I always give you guys an update. we just finished video 30, which left us at 599. Remember, there's 58,280 of the veterans that we have to do. So we have a long ways to go. And I ended on 599 the last video, and I've wrote up to 898 is where I'm at in the list in my book. So I've got a long way to go. So I was all around 100 ahead before the break, and now I'm almost exactly 300 ahead. So I did do a little writing, but I've had a good long break. Like I said, my kids are up here, and I didn't want to get doing too much, so I want to spend some time with them. So we're gonna get right back at it. If you guys are new here, this is the 58,000 Lives, a tribute to the fallen. Where I know you can't see my dang eyes because of reflection, so I'm like not a cyclops, but like a superhero right now. See, but this is a tribute to all the 58,000 lives that perished in Vietnam, and I'm writing all of them down. I do a short story on them. I show their picture, and we give them a moment of silence and thank them for their service because they all deserve it. They're all heroes in my book, and we haven't done this in a while. So if you're new to it, just hang in there with me on this first video. We'll try to get back to doing one a night, and we'll get right back to it. And if you remember if you've watched my past videos, as I'm flipping through my gallery, if something funny comes up in between the pictures that I screenshot I took of their faces, I share it just to change up the vibe a little bit because it can be a little bit dreary talking about people that perished. And there was a long gap, so I should have a lot of comedic things to show. I'm not going to show all the videos. I have tons of videos. I do TikTok videos and things like that, so I'll skip the videos. But now I have to go all the way back, and I have 300 something photos of people on here. So at the match where I was at, and the last one I did was Dale Charles Allen, so I'm on Dale Charles Allen the third, and the very first photo pops up, Daryl S. Allen the third. So it kind of works out because what I do is when I do the 20, I do 20 on them per video. I delete the 20 off here after I do them. I would keep them, but that's a lot. 58,000 photos is a lot of photos. So I do the 20, I go back and delete them. In the future, I keep saying the future, and the future is getting here. I'm going to be doing a podcast on special ones like Silver Stars, Medal of Honors, or ones that have some crazy stories that take more than 30 seconds to talk about. This little reads about 30 seconds. And they deserve more discussion. So we're going to do those in the future. I put check marks by them if I haven't done it. If I forgot, I do it as we go. Those will be done in the future. And a lot of times I screenshot whenever there's like a silver star and it's a long paragraph of how they died. Instead of me writing all that down to save paper, I just screenshot the photo and I don't even know what it says. So I do a live read on here with you guys at the same time. So I'm seeing it for the first time. Everybody else's, I've already know what happened to them. Those live reads are live, so you get a live reaction from me as I'm reading them to you guys the first time. So those can get kind of sad, cool but sad. But with that being said, let's just roll right into this. And if you like this video, you can follow on to the next one I do tomorrow night. Like this is video 31 out of 2,900 I got to do. Something like that. Well, I got the numbers right here. Let's just go over the numbers one time since I haven't done this in a while. 58,256 names. There's 2,912 videos if I do 20 per. Now I'm on video 30. I got to go to 29. So we got a ways to go. But let's get right into it. I'm glad to be back doing this again. And I'm going to keep doing it if it takes me 30 years. Okay. This is Sergeant Dan S. Allen III. Back him up a little bit. I need to scoot over so it doesn't look like I'm just looking straight down the whole time. I should get like a thing to hold my book up, but I don't want to get it in the way of the camera. Okay, let's. He was born May 25th, 1947 in Memphis, Tennessee. He died November 12th, 1967. He was 20 in Quang Tum, Vietnam. He was with D Company, 1st Battalion, 503rd Infantry, 173rd Airborne Brigade. In Operation MacArthur, they encountered hostile forces Dan died from multiple frag wounds to the body. His body was recovered. Um, Pretty rough. You can find him on panel 29E, line 79 of the Wall Memorial. If you have been to the Wall Memorial in Washington, D.C., it is a must. You've got to go to Arlington. I mean, Arlington. It is in Washington, but you need to go to the Lincoln Memorial and turn right. It's right there. You need to go to the Wall Memorial. It goes around the corner. 58,000 names on there. It's pretty neat. So I give you the spot you can find them. And when you get there, there's a book where I get all these names from. You can also find them. Okay. Let's thank Sergeant Dan S. Allen for his service and give him a moment of silence. He was number 600. Okay, this is PFC Dan Stephen Allen. Born January 20th, 1948 in Knoxville, Tennessee. He died August 21st, 1966. He was 18 in Quang Tri, Vietnam. He was with G Company, 2nd Battalion, 4th Marine Regiment, 3rd Marine Division. During Operation Prairie, they were in a night position. Dan was checking the perimeter lines when a Marine on watch mistook him for enemy. He was shot in the neck area, exiting his face. See, that one deserves a check mark. I hate the friendly fires. Just on the night position, got shot by his own people. That is god awful. I'm so sorry. PFC Allen. He's on panel 10E, line 2-4. I thought I was on H for a minute. Line 24. Let's give PFC Dan Stephen Allen a moment of silence and apologize for his friendly fire demise. We thank him for his service. The mess is still there. If you're following, the mess is still there. I've cleaned it up once, but then by the time I got back to it, it was back. The mess is still back there. Okay, this is SP5 Daniel Webster Allen Jr. He was born June 19, 1949. I always put a question mark if it doesn't say where he was born. And then I look at their Homer record. Come on, camera, focus. Fort Worth, Texas was his Homer record. Died March 6, 1971. He was 21. Quang Tri, Vietnam. He was 8th Cavalry F Troop. At night, his base went under attack for 10 minutes, during which 522 millimeter rockets impacted within the perimeter. 4 were killed and 12 were wounded. Terrible. He's on panel 4W, line 26 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give SP5 Daniel Webster Allen Jr. a moment of silence. Thank him for his service. I don't think I thanked Daniel Allen for his service, so I'm going to do that just right then. I don't know if I missed that one or not. Oh, there's a picture of my dog coming up next. Okay, this is Sergeant Danny Ray Allen. He was born July 2nd, 1951 in Gulfport, Mississippi. He was born, let's say died, born July 2nd, 1951, Gulfport, Mississippi. Died March 16, 1970. He was with E Troop, 17th Cavalry Regiment, 173rd Airborne. Died from explosive device. Now, when I only have something like that as the only information I can find, some are extensive, some have no information at all, and I hate those, but it happens. That was a long time ago. Some things were probably kept secret. You can find him on panel 12W, line 2 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give Sergeant Danny Ray Allen a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. Here's a picture of my dog. Okay, let's go to the next one. This is PFC David Andrew Allen, born November 11th. Oh, did I show it? No, I sure did not. Looks like Biff from Back to the Future. David Andrew Allen, born November 11th, 1950. Question mark. Avion, California is his Homer record. Died July 30th, 1990. He was 19. Quang Nam, Vietnam. He was with D Company, 3rd Battalion, 1st Infantry, 11th Infantry Brigade. Died on a night patrol after a mechanical what? I don't know why it's called a mechanical ambush. I guess that's the name of it or something. But it says died on night patrol after a mechanical ambush was accidentally detonated. Mechanical ambush. I want to look up what that actually means. Mechanical ambush. Mechanical ambush is a military term for booby trap. Okay, it's just another word for booby trap. Okay. So a booby trap detonator. And if I knew that, I would have just wrote booby trap, but makes sense. He's on panel 8W line 68 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give PFC David Andrew Allen a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. What video did I say I was on? 30 or 31? I'm on 31. Okay. Next is, this has got a good paragraph to it. This is Warrant Officer David Martin Allen. Don't know what a warrant officer is. It was a enlisted that transitioned into officer. You have officers and you have enlisted. Officers are the lieutenants, commanders, captains. Enlisted is the E1s, E2s, E3s. So that was one that transitioned into officer. That's what AO. That was an AO. That's what a WO is. Warrant officer. Okay, born July 15th, 19. Look, I wrote 1450. Dang, he's old. Let me make that a 9. It looks like I wrote 1450, I swear. Born July 15th, 1950. Warren Robins, Georgia was his home record. Died October 10th, 1970. He was 20. Quang Tri, Vietnam. Like I said, this one's got a good paragraph. He was with A Company, 2nd Squadron, 17th Cavalry Regiment, 101st Airborne. A AH-1G left the airfield in a flight of 3. 15 minutes into the flight, the OH-6A pilot radioed that he observed a unit of friendly armored PCs. The AH-1G then initiated a steep dive towards the APCs to attempt a lower level pass. Recovery from this dive was initiated, however, it struck the ground. After impact, the tail boom, main rotor, and transmission and engine separated from the pilot's compartment. It then bounced several times and rolled over the end, finally resting in a ravine. Co-pilot and co-pilot Alan, he was a co-pilot. Alan died. Ooh, that's a rough story. He's on panel 7W, line 122 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give Warrant Officer David Martin Allen a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. Okay, this is First Lieutenant Dean Brooks Allen. Got a smudge on his face. Born December 14th, 1941 in Del Mar, New York. Died July 18th, 1969. He was 27 in Vietnam. He was a C Company, 1st Battalion, 8th Cavalry, 1st Cavalry Division. Died from other explosive device. He's on panel 20W, line 13 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give First Lieutenant Dean Brooks Allen a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. Okay, this one has a paragraph too and a star beside it. Checkmark star, same thing. So this one has a story with it that's going to be in the podcast. This is EO3, which is Explosives Ordnance 3. I was an AO, which Explosives Ordnance come from AO. Each SEAL team has an EO on it. For the guy that like wires the bridges, things for explosives, that's an EO. They're the ones that go out and detonate the bombs and stuff. I was trained to be an EO when I was an AO, which is Aviation Ordnanceman. I loaded bombs on planes and stuff. I was doing side training to go for the training for that, and then stuff happened. I got hurt and all that stuff. But this is EO3 Dennis Wayne Allen. I know this is Vietnam, but this could have been me, in the future. Born October 18, 1947 in Iroquois County, Illinois. Died July 10, 1968. He was 20 in Vietnam. Public Works Operations, U.S. Naval Support activity. Worked in the Taxi Service Division. Was on duty when a sentry, I believe, if I remember correctly, is a Viet Cong with bombs on him, like a suicide bomber. A sentry, probably a Marine MP, accidentally. Oh, sentry is a watchman. That's either side. That's a watchman. That's a watchman on our side, and probably a Marine MP, accidentally discharged his 45 pistol. The round hit the ground, ricocheted upward, striking Allen in the chin. He stumbled forward into the arms of the Marine when another round was discharged, hitting Allen a second time and fatally wounded him. It was ruled an accidental homicide by the Navy. I put BS next to it because that sounds like bullshit. That's exactly why I wrote BS. I just seen it. So he actually fires it on the ground. That I would have believed happened to hit him in the chin. But then the guy comes fumbling towards him and he shoots again. I don't know if I believe that. If I was his family, I would be distraught. Just saying. He's on panel 52W line 11 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give EL3 Dennis Wayne Allen a moment of silence. Thank him for his service. God awful. And this first video I'm gonna do is not gonna have a lot of funny pictures in between because this was a long way back. So when it gets a couple videos in, that's when I'm gonna have a lot of lapse time between taking these pictures. So may not be a lot of this one, just my dog. Okay, this next one is Lance Corporal Donald Ray Allen. Born October 14, 1948 in Sweetwater, Nolan County, Texas. Died April 19, 1968. He was 19 in Quang Tri, Vietnam. B Company, 1st Battalion, 12th Marine Regiment, 3rd Marine Division. See photo. All right, that means I have not seen anything. There's two photos. All I did was take a picture of the photos. I'm reading it live for the first time. I've seen a little bit of writing. That's what the photo looks like. Okay, let's see what it says. April 1968. Nothing what I just said. 3rd Battalion, 1st Marines was placed at Kailu Combat Base and National Highway QL9 in Quang Tri Province, RVN, and assigned responsibility for securing the highway from Kanshi Combat Base to the coast. Gulf Company, 2-9 under 3-1 control, provided the battalion extra military capability. What was this guy in? 3rd Marine Division. The remainder of the 2nd Platoon, I can skip all that. When they arrived at the scene, they found the NWA in well-concealed bunkers along the sides of heavily vegetated ravine running north of the bridge. Back up, phone. When the NVA had a fair field of fight against the brigade and both approached to it, the Marines could bring only glancing fires against the bunkers. At 10:25 a.m., a fire truck convoy of B Battery artillerymen from Kanshai attempted to run the gauntlet across Bridge 28. All 5 vehicles were hit by enemy fire, resulting in numerous personnel killed and wounded. Artillerymen became stranded and engaged by fire from the ravine. Golf 2-9 suffered heavy casualties attempting to extract the dead and wounded from the convoy. On April 20th, Mike Company 3-1 was heli-lifted onto high ground north of the enemy position and assaulted down the ravine. Golf 2-9 coordinated supporting fires from the enemy positions, and by nightfall, enemy fire had been reduced enough to allow movement across Bridge 28. By noon of the 22nd, OL9 was declared open to traffic. A total of 29 NVA have been killed versus 25 Marines. And his name is on the list. So, I hadn't read that. That was first read right there. Okay, that was Donald Ray Allen, right? Yep. He's on panel 50E, line 44 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give Lance Corporal Donald Ray Allen a moment of silence. Donald Ray Allen Jr. Not Donald Ray Allen. Donald Ray Allen. Sorry. We thank him for his service. The next one's a junior. This is SP4 Donald William Allen Jr. The names run together after doing so many of them. He was born March 14, 1947 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Died February 2nd, 1968. He was 20 in Bien Dong, Vietnam. He was with C Company, 1st Squadron, 4th Cavalry Regiment, 1st Infantry Division. Died from artillery fire. He's on panel 36E, line 64 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give SP4 Donald William Allen Jr. a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. Okay, this is PFC Douglas Melvin Allen. Born April 9th, 1950, in Shelbyville, Kentucky. Died December 2nd, 1968. He was 18 in Quang Nam, Vietnam. He was with B Company, 1st Battalion, 5th Marine Regiment, 1st Marine Division. Was in Operation Meade River when engaged with hostile forces. Allen died from rifle fire. It's on panel 37W, line 20 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give Douglas Melvin Allen a moment of silence. And thank him for his service. This is Sergeant Ernest Allen Jr., born July 17, 1943, in Houston, Texas. Died August 26, 1969. He was 26 in Quang Nam, Vietnam. He was with F Company, 2nd Battalion, 7th Marine, 1st Marine Division. Was at a night defensive position and was heavily mortared. Allen died from the mortar fire. He's on panel 19W, line 116 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give Sergeant Ernest Allen Jr. a moment of silence. And we thank him for his service. This is PFC Eddie Hugh Allen. Born November 25th, 1947 in Waxahachie, Texas. Waxahachie, Texas. What a name. Died May 27, 1968. He was 20 in Quang Tri, Vietnam. He was with the M Company, 3rd Battalion, 4th Marine, 3rd Marine Division. Died from small arms fire. I hate there's not all the info I can get. He's on panel 65W, line 3 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give PFC Eddie Hugh Allen a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. Okay, last page on this video. This is SFC Eddie James Allen. Born September 10th, 1932, question mark. Homer Record, Richmond, Indiana. I was just in Richmond, Indiana this weekend. Died August 22nd, 1967. He was 34 and Ding, Vietnam. A Company, 1st Battalion, 12th Regiment, 12th Cavalry Regiment, 1st Cavalry Division. Could not find any info. That's what I wrote. So it's terrible not to have any info. I knew that I would have looked for him while I was up there. He's on panel 25E, line 27 of the Wall Memorial, Vietnam Wall Memorial. Let's give SFC Eddie James Allen a moment of silence. Thank him for his service. This is PFC Edward James Allen. Born April 26, 1948, also question mark. Homer Record, Gary, Indiana. Died May 16, 1968. He was 20. Quang Tri, Vietnam. He was with M Company, 3rd Battalion, 1st Marine Regiment, 1st Marine Division, 3rd Marine Amphibious Force. Died from small arms fire. He's on panel 61E, line 6 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give PFC Edward James Allen a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. Okay, this is PFC Edward Charles, aka Charlie Allen. Sometimes I get their nicknames in the when I'm searching them. He was born January 26, 1950, in Elfers, Florida. Elfers, Elfers, Florida. Died July 14, 1969. He was 19 in Quang Nam, Vietnam. He was with D Company, 1st Infantry, 11th Infantry Brigade. Could not find any info. Go figure. He's on panel 21W, line 115 on the Wall Memorial. Let's give PFC Edward Charlie Allen a moment of silence. And we thank him for his service. Okay, this is PFC Elvin L. Allen. We're in the Allens for a while. Born April 4th, 1941 in Missouri. Died March 8th, 1968. He was 26 in Vietnam. 446 Transportation Company, 7th Transportation Battalion, 26 GS Group, Army Special Command, 1st Logistics Command. Doing a combat base, Dong Ha combat base was hit by 80 rounds of rocket fire. 10 died and 16 others were wounded. He's on panel 43E, line 51 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give PFC Elvin L. Allen a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. Okay, we've got 3 more on this video. This is PFC Eugene Allen. Born June 23rd, 1946, question mark. New York, New York. Died March 13th, 1971. He was 24 in Quang Tri, Vietnam. He was with B Company, 2nd Battalion, 327th Infantry Regiment, 1st Brigade, 101st Airborne. No info on him either. He's on panel 4W, line 43 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give him a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. And when I have no info, it wasn't just from one website. I cannot find anything on findagrave.com. I can't find anything on walloffaces.com. I can't find anything on the Vietnam War Memorial.com. And then I copy and paste his name into Google, and I look up honor states and Medal of Honor and Valor, and there's all kinds of websites. I go through the ringer, and if I haven't found them in 6 or 7 websites, you're not going to find anything. So I don't just give up on the very first one. That's not fair to any of them. Okay, this is SN. We got Navy Everett Albert Allen. So that would be Seaman Everett Allen. Born May 5th, 1939 in Everett, Massachusetts. He was born in Everett, and his name is Everett. Died July 29th, 1967. He was 28, Vietnam. The USS Forrestal, TF-77 7th Fleet. I don't even have to look, and I can tell you that's the one that got set on fire. Died in the horrific Forrestal fire. That is the one where, I'll put a check mark. That's the one where the old rocket accidentally shot off and hit a helicopter, and it was a wooden flight deck back then, killed hundreds. He's on panel 24E, line 13. That was the worst fire in the Navy, and the worst accident since the Cole. Even the Cole was an attack. USS Cole. Let's give SN Everett Albert Allen a moment of silence. Thank him for his service. All right, this is the last one of this video. Video 30. This is the 20th one. This is Corporal Francis Monroe Allen Jr. Born December 14, 1950 in Marlborough, Massachusetts. Died February 1st, 1970. He was 19 in Quang Tri, Vietnam. Combined Action Platoon 113. GACO 11, 1st CAG 3. I don't know what any of that means. Their job was to train local Vietnamese to fight. They went to check on a previous artillery bombardment when they were ambushed. 5 Marines and 2 PFs were killed. PFs was when they were the people they were training to fight. He's on panel 14W, line 91 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give Corporal Francis Monroe Allen Jr. a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. All right, guys, it was good to be back doing these videos. I love reading these guys, giving them the what they deserve, the honor they deserve. Tomorrow I'm going to do video 31 and keep on 31. Do video 32 tomorrow and keep rolling till we get 2,912 videos done. So I'm going to keep writing, stay ahead, at least trying to stay 200 or 300 people ahead on the paper. All right, guys, if you enjoy this, like it, follow it, share it, tell your friends, especially people that's got family that died in Vietnam, so their name can come up. It's all in alphabetical order. I'm in the A's right now. They're they're in my YouTube channel as A's. It's under 58,000 tribute to 58,000 lives attributed to the fallen, and it's under category A. They're all going to be in their own little alphabet, so they can find the videos easier. But if you guys like that, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.